Often, people don't know what to look for when their body is trying to tell them that there is something that they need to work on before they should start trying to get pregnant. There are some sneaky ways that the body is trying to signal that, hey, maybe there is a deficiency, maybe there is a vitamin, maybe there is a healing that I need to do before I am ready to get pregnant. And because people misinterpret these cues or miss them altogether, then they struggle to get pregnant and don't know why when their body has been trying to give them some indirect clues. And so today we're going to talk about one of the sneakiest signs your body is not ready to get pregnant and what you can do about it and what it means. And just as a reminder, I'm Bianca, fertility diet and lifestyle coach, professionally trained chef, and nutritionist, and I help people get and stay pregnant. And I hope that what you learn in this video helps you do just exactly that. One of the sneakiest signs that your fertility might be challenged is if you have skin things going on. Meaning, do you have out of control eczema? Patches are popping up, they're super itchy. You don't know what to do other than using like the cream. If you've had eczema like I did, we all know what the cream is. Something like psoriasis that is having to be managed with maybe a pharmaceutical. I know a client of mine had one that's like a shot you take every 12 weeks, but it only really works 7 of those weeks, and in the other times you're in incredible discomfort. Is it something like cystic acne? I've also had clients that the cystic acne on their chin is so bad they can barely open their mouth. Now, if you are experiencing some of these skin symptoms, this is a sign that your gut is probably having something going on. It could be that you have leaky gut, so gut permeability, meaning your gut lining is not as strong as it needs to be, and food particles are getting outside of the digestive system and causing inflammation, which can lead to things like eczema, psoriasis, and cystic acne to a degree, but cystic acne comes from a different place generally. Now, if you are having gut issues, this means that there's likely a gut malabsorption, nutrient absorption issue. And that is a problem because when you are thinking about your fertility, you need to be digesting your food. I was gonna say downloading, but same idea. You need to be digesting your food properly. Your food needs to be absorbing at its most maximum and best rate because in order to have good fertility function, especially over 35, over 40, you need to make sure that your body is working in a way that is making sure that you capture the most from the food that you eat. You're making the most of every single bite. But if you are having gut issues, that means that you might not be. And if you are having a lot of skin stuff going on, there's probably something going on in the gut. And I say this as someone who had eczema that covered her body from neck to ankles, everywhere in between. I was told that I would just have eczema for the rest of my life. Just get used to it, use the cream, but don't get too dependent on it. There's prescriptions I can take when the cream stops working. That was kind of like the trajectory I was given. And I was able to heal naturally by understanding that generally skin issues start in the gut and also in the liver. But they start in the gut because what happens is if you have a gut issue and you are having nutrient malabsorption or you're not taking in as many nutrients as possible because your gut is not functioning properly, that means that liver function is going to be defunded because it requires and relies so heavily on the enzymes and the hydration in the food that we eat. So you see how it kind of is like a trickle-down effect. But if you are not absorbing things in your gut very well and your liver is being robbed of the resources that it needs, you can start to see how those two places are also intrinsically linked to fertility. So your skin is telling you there is a problem in these areas, and that is something that you can go to work at resolving before you start trying. Because if, again, you are trying and you are banging your head up against the wall and you don't know what's happening and, they say everything is fine, all your tests are normal, well, then maybe we need to look at what's going on in and around your fertility that could be pointing to some things that need fix. Just a thought. I mentioned the liver, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more because when it comes to our bodies on a whole, the liver is so important, and how it balances blood sugar, it balances hormones, it removes toxins, it helps us to take out any toxins that our body just doesn't need and is going to harm us. It does so many things. And when the liver is congested and things like hormones are still cycling through our body and excess blood sugar is in our body and we are not eliminating toxins effectively, that is going to start to show in our skin and how our skin functions. And so if that is happening, you are having a skin issue, it is pointing to something going on in the liver. Now, it can be a matter of gut. Your gut's not taking in enough nutrients, so there's not enough there for your liver to extract from to do phase 1 liver detox, which means phase 2 can't happen. It can be a matter of there is too much, you're doing too much, too much exposure to toxic chemicals, too much sugary foods and carbohydrates, or maybe you're eating them incorrectly. Too many things going on, you're maybe drinking too much, taking a lot of medications, all are bogging down the liver. But regardless, how your body will signal that to you is skin upsets. And that's especially true for cystic acne, because cystic acne is so tied to hormones, and hormone imbalances and hormone balancing comes from the liver. So by the same function, hormone imbalances come from the liver. And so you have to be thinking, okay, what can I do now to support my liver health? Because my skin is also going to be a really good barometer of how I'm doing as far as is my fertility improving. I always say my skin is a barometer for me, because as someone who had eczema and cured it, if there's something going on, I've been sick or I'm recovering from something, I might get a little itchy. And that, again, it signals to me that, okay, maybe there's some inflammation in my body. Maybe I need to just up my protocol, as it were. And so I think having a skin issue, while it's uncomfortable, I can acknowledge that, I know firsthand, but it's also a really good benchmark to say, okay, things are probably good or things are probably bad. But one thing that I'll also say is many of us in the skin issue community were told that we can't heal our skin, you can't do it naturally, you just have to take this pill. I am here to tell you that the cream will make you worse. I'm here to tell you that a prescription doesn't fix anything. It actually makes it worse if you go off because of the implications to the gut and the liver that many of these medications have. And so I stand as living proof that you can heal naturally, but I also have much anecdotal evidence on the fertility side of things that when you fix and heal eczema, when you fix and heal psoriasis, cystic acne, hives, any of these types of skin things, you are also by extension improving your fertility, because the same things that you would do to heal and resolve something like eczema, and people always say I say it funny, so please don't say that in the comments. But the things that you would do to heal that condition are the same things that you would do to have abundant egg quality and sperm quality and ovulation and the like. One other thing that skin issues really point toward is deficiencies, key ones. Things like vitamin D. Vitamin D is the skin vitamin. If you are having vitamin D deficiency or issues, you will find that there's skin issues that go right along with it. I am from a very northern metropolitan city in Canada, and it gets very cold there in the winter. You are not outside at all, unless you're outdoorsy. Even still, only your face is touching the sun if it's sunny. It actually is quite sunny. Okay, I digress. I am from a place that is very cold. And because we are inside a lot, vitamin D deficiency is very common. And skin issues like eczema are very, very common, very high rates. Very high rates of other things that vitamin D deficiency is also implicated in, like MS. And so that your skin can be telling you, hey, there's a vitamin D deficiency going on. And vitamin D deficiency, because vitamin D also behaves like a hormone in the body, really speaks to good ovulatory quality. If you are having a vitamin D issue and your skin is telling you that, then you're going to need that same vitamin D you don't have enough of for good ovulation. So again, looking at your skin as a barometer, it's like trying to tell you something and being able to listen. Also, minerals that are very much skin minerals are zinc and selenium. Something that I prioritize by eating 3 Brazil nuts a day. Sometimes I eat more because I get my Brazil nuts from a place that like has the most delicious Brazil nuts. That being said, I have Brazil nuts. If you have 3 to 6 a day, it's all the selenium that you need for the whole day. Zinc if you eat things like red meat. Again, if your body is having skin issues, it is likely that there's probably some mineral stuff going on as well. And so understanding that your minerals are very important for circulation, for delivery of nutrients throughout the body. And if you have those issues, that could also speak to some like things going on with your fertility. When you are dealing with unexplained infertility, especially, we have to start looking at like certain places. We have to start going deeper and not just asking the question of age or do you smoke or do you drink, because there's so much more to the puzzle. And it often is a puzzle. And once you find that missing piece, the whole thing opens up. But it's like doing all of these small little shifts and also looking deeper at some of these things like eczema, like psoriasis, like not just overlooking them and saying, well, we're just going to get pregnant through it, and instead say, what is this trying to say about my fertility and about what is going on with my body, and working with those cues instead. The body is incredibly smart and also incredibly vocal. Our bodies are always communicating with us, but we live in such a breakneck, frenetic speed type world that kind of tells us just to ignore it, to numb it with things and all kinds of things, instead of actually just listening, learning, interpreting, implementing, because our body is always giving us cues. And one of the most glaring cues that can point to good or bad fertility is something going on with your skin, especially if it's like chronic and it's like a lot. That will also point to what's going on with your fertility. So understanding how to bring resolve in that area can mean that you also boost your fertility at the same time. And I personally love a like stacked benefit. Love it. So if you loved this video, please like it, please share it, please comment, and of course, please subscribe. I love having you here. I hope that these videos that I share give you hope and inspiration, but also like strategies and actions that you can implement that are going to help you improve your egg quality, improve sperm quality, and get and stay pregnant. I'll see you next time.